From the very first moment I began sharing my art journey online, I noticed something repeating over and over again. People, no matter their age, background, or experience, kept asking the exact same questions. Questions that always appear at the very beginning, at that fragile first step when you hold a pencil and a blank sheet of paper and suddenly realize you have no idea where to start. And maybe that's exactly why this video matters so much. Because it's not just a list of tips or technical steps. It's a gentle guide, a companion for those first confusing days when everything feels overwhelming. It's a roadmap that helps you take your very first steps with confidence instead of fear, with clarity instead of chaos. We're going to talk simply, honestly, and without overcomplicating things about every question that crosses your mind when you're just starting your drawing journey. From the tools you need, to how you should practice, to how you'll know that you're actually improving. So if you're standing at the beginning of your artistic path, unsure but excited, eager but confused, this entire video is designed exactly for you. Let's start with the biggest question of all, one every beginner asks. Where do I start exactly? And believe it or not, the answer is far simpler than what most people imagine. You start with a line. Just a single line, that's it. Hold an ordinary pencil, not a fancy one. Not a professional one, just a normal pencil. Learn how to control your hand, how to move your wrist and arm smoothly, how to get comfortable with the simple act of drawing. Your beginning doesn't require talent, or expensive materials, or complicated exercises. The beginning is not a test of skill, it's the creation of a habit. And once that habit forms, everything else becomes easier. Then comes the next question, the one that follows immediately after. What should I draw with first? Pencil, charcoal, or colors? In the beginning, stick with pencil. Why? Because pencil teaches you the fundamentals more clearly than anything else. It's cheap, it's simple, it's clean, and it gives you full control. Charcoal, colored pencils, watercolors, these all have their time and place, but that time isn't now. Your foundation needs clarity, not complexity. Then people often ask, do I need to be naturally talented to learn drawing? And the answer is a confident, absolute no. Talent helps, but only a little. It opens a tiny door. Practice, however, widens the entire world for you. A person who practices consistently will always reach a better level than someone who relies only on talent without effort. Drawing is not magic, it's training, patience, and repetition. Another question you ask a lot is, should I buy expensive tools, or are normal ones enough? Normal ones are more than enough. Your tools don't make the art, you do. A great artist with simple tools will always create better work than someone with expensive materials but no foundation. Many beginners also say, why does my drawing look childish? This is completely normal. Your eye still isn't trained to see correct proportions. This stage happens to every artist, even the ones you admire. As you practice more and more, your eye becomes sharper. It starts noticing mistakes before your pencil even touches the paper. You'll begin correcting yourself naturally without anyone teaching you. So you might ask, how do I learn the real basics? Start with the simplest things ever. Straight lines, circles, geometric shapes, understanding light and shadow, and learning basic proportions. These are the bones of every drawing, the foundation that supports every complex artwork. Mastering these simple shapes will make everything else easier. Faces, bodies, objects, anything. Next, should I learn from YouTube or from courses? Both are useful. What matters most is avoiding randomness. Be organized. Choose a path. Learn one thing at a time, and apply every new piece of knowledge immediately. Practice is what transforms information into skill. Another common question, how many hours should I practice daily? 1 hour is enough if you do it consistently. Consistency beats intensity every single time. A little progress every day is far more powerful than practicing for 5 hours once a week than stopping for days. You might wonder, how do I know I'm actually improving? You'll know when you start noticing mistakes faster. You'll know when you look back at your older drawings and smile at how far you've come. You'll know when your hand becomes steadier, smoother, more confident. Improvement isn't sudden, it's a collection of tiny changes that build up silently. What should you start drawing first? Characters or still life? Still life. Why? Because still life trains your eyes. It teaches you shape, proportion, shadow, and form. Once your foundation is steady, drawing faces becomes much easier. If your drawings keep falling apart in the details, it's because you're focusing on details too early. Proportions first, details last. Think of drawing like building a house. You don't start with the windows before building the walls. Another important question many beginners are shy to ask: can I still learn drawing at an older age? Absolutely. Art doesn't belong to the young or the old, it belongs to anyone who is willing to start. Your age is not a limitation. Your consistency is what matters. If your lines are shaky, it's because you're drawing only from your wrist. Move from your arm. Let your entire arm participate in the motion, not just your hand. Shading? Shading is slow, gentle, and layered. Build it gradually with light strokes. Each layer should be softer and smoother than the one before it. Rushing shading always leads to muddy results. Should you start drawing from imagination or with references? Start with references. References feed your visual memory and build a library inside your mind. Later, your imagination becomes stronger and more accurate because it's based on real knowledge. How do you organize the proportions of the face or body? By building shapes. A circle for the head, guidelines for the eyes, a rectangle for the torso. Simple forms before complex ones. No artist starts with the eyelashes before the skull. Should you sketch fast or slow? At first slowly. Speed arrives naturally over time without you asking for it. What if you feel discouraged by your results? Every artist goes through that emotional dip. It's not a sign of failure, it's actually a sign that your eye is improving faster than your hand, which means progress is happening. Do you have to continue drawing? If you don't want to become a professional artist, not at all. Art can be a hobby, a source of peace, a daily escape from stress. You don't need a career goal to enjoy drawing. Sometimes art is simply a quiet conversation between you and the paper. How do you understand light versus shadow? Observe the world. Look at objects around you. Notice where the light hits, where it fades, and where the shadows fall. Shading begins with observation, not with the pencil. What should you practice every day? Lines, circles, simple shapes, proportions, and light or shadow. Even 10 minutes daily can completely change your level over time. What if your drawings are always off in proportions? Use comparison. Keep checking your reference. Flip your drawing, look at it upside down. These tricks immediately reveal mistakes your eye didn't catch before. When can you draw without guidelines? When your eye becomes trained enough to estimate proportions accurately, when your hand starts placing things in the right place without measuring every detail, that's when you're ready. What is gesture drawing? Gesture drawing captures movement, not details. It's quick, energetic, loose. And yes, it's an excellent warm-up before any drawing session. And the big question, how long does it take to reach a good level? There is no fixed answer. Some people improve in months, others need a year. But there is one universal truth. No one practices daily for a full year and remains at the same level. That simply never happens. And if these steps brought you even a little closer to the artist you dream of becoming, support the video with a like, subscribe to the channel, and let's continue this journey side by side. Make drawing a beautiful, comforting part of your day and watch how it slowly transforms you. Thank you so much for watching and spending your time with me. It really means a lot. Now it's your turn. Take what you've learned in this video and start practicing step by step. The more you try, the more you'll see your skills grow, and every small effort brings you closer to the artist you want to become.